Hey everyone, I hope you can see me. We are live. We are live. We are live. Come on in. Live. Come on in. Welcome to FxWB Functional Wellbeing New Beginnings Podcast with Michelle. We are so happy to have you on board this evening. Hope you had a great day, and I am just welcome you in to our live. We are talking about, is your gut healthy? If you remember or recall, all month long, we've been airing this series on gut health, and we do hope that everyone will enjoy this live. So come on in. We'll look forward to seeing you and enjoy some music. Yes. Yes. You know I love me some soca because I'm from Trinidad and Tobago. So we are listening in to some beautiful music. Get going here. Get people on board. Hope you've had a really good day, got through with a lot of things that you were intending to get through with. And now we are on board. We are, just ending up our day, making sure that, we wrap up this live with you guys. I am so happy to be on here with you. And I look forward to sharing more with you. Myself and Miss Glynnis Thatch, we are coming on board here and sharing information with regards to, is your gut healthy? That has been the question for this month. And we are so happy that we had the opportunity to share information with you. We first shared who was Miss Glynnis Thatch and shared all about what she does, where she's from, and her family. But we also wanted to share what was her passion. And we looked at trying our best to answer questions as to, is our gut healthy? So we were talking about, you always hear these different words thrown about, leaky gut, I'm always bloated, or just anything about the gut. We wanted to talk to you some more about it and give you some more tips with respect to healing and maintaining a healthy gut microbiome. So come on in and let's get going. Miss Glynnis would be here shortly. And once she joins us, we are going to dive straight into all that we discussed over the month. The other topic, the second week, we share about the digestive system. We also shared the third week, what is leaky gut? What is that all about? And the fourth week, which was Tuesday gone, we looked at 6 tips to help us heal and maintain a healthy gut. But we want to share some more tips for you. So I'm going to share some foods that you can eat and look at different things to help us stay healthy. and keep our whole system healthy. So just come on in as we get together and talk about gut health. Join us and ask your questions. Yes? Thank you so much. Just let's post that we are live on the Facebook. Get people coming in. We are live. If you have any questions at all, you can definitely share that with me. Let me know where you're tuning in from, because I shared this link and we would love to know persons who are listening and want to have a discussion about gut health so we can expand our knowledge on the area. My name is Michelle Bailey, and I am reigning from Trinidad and Tobago. I do live in the US. I am here in the Indianapolis area, Indiana State, and here I have my beautiful family. We are in the Midwest. It's actually hot today. Not many people have that, but I do. Michelle Bailey here. I have been in Indy since 2013, so 10 years now. And I am a functional lifestyle practitioner. You may be asking, what is that? What is a functional lifestyle practitioner? Well, let me share some information. It stems from me being multifaceted. I have been in many different fields in the health and wellness industry. I have been a personal trainer, certified personal trainer since 2007. Came across here into Indianapolis, been working in the fitness field for quite some time. And I'm also a chiropractic assistant. I work out in the Avon Danville area. I work with Dr. Rockbird. So if you realize on my web app or on our YouTube channel here, you may see that I've been doing some exercises with this doc. That's Dr. Rockbird. We've been together as I'm his chiropractic assistant, rehab assistant since 2015. I've also been an athlete. I've been in the field of bodybuilding since 2002. As an athlete, I have been lifting actually since I was 16 years old. And I wanted to get into bodybuilding as my sport. Hence, getting into the sport and enjoying it. Still to this day, I am lifting and sharing with others. So let's just say I just love the feeling of changing and reshaping my body to the best that it could be. But I'm also a mom, a sister, an aunt. So I've been in this field for quite some time and really enjoy helping others change their bodies. But I wanted to get into more things than just changing the body through fitness. I've also looked at functional nutrition. So, as a functional nutritionist, I have been in this field talking about the use of nutrition to help us regain or reclaim the health of our systems, full body systems. Therefore, hence, I'm always talking about nutrition with fitness and being able to share with others how you can combine this along with changing your mindset, because your mindset plays a big role in being able to change what you want. We want to change our mindset, we have to think differently. If we want to achieve a goal, we have to set some smaller goals to get there. So for us to do that, we are changing our mindset by learning about things that can help us. What are some of the things that we learn? When we change our mindset, we can make changes in our whole body, from our head to our toes. I want you to understand that that is where my background comes in, teaching and sharing with others how to change your mindset, to reclaim, ladies especially, to reclaim that youthful self that you always wanted or had. You want to reclaim it in this middle age time and feel better, look better, and be able to help others in their journey. So thank you so much for coming on by. Hi, Victoria. Thank you for joining. And I am happy that you are on here listening in to this live. I am grateful for those who are listening in. So a little bit more about this live. We are recapping what we taught during the month of July. We looked at the question, is my gut healthy? Is your gut healthy? Do you think you could answer that question truthfully? Yes. Is your gut healthy? Having a healthy gut makes a big difference in your lifestyle. And today we are going to recap some of the things that we looked into to be able to help us stay healthy, feel good, reduce bloating, and much more. So I want you to remember that this is all about changing what's going on in there to help us feel better. So yes, we are going to share more information with you. Once Miss Glynnis Thatch, she's my co-host. She worked along with me all month long doing this series, and we shared a lot of information so that we can get to this point. Let me see if I can show you. Healthy gut, here we come. Healthy gut, here we come. So let me know, where are you coming from? Where are you listening from? I would love to know. And come on by, share with a friend. We are live. We are live here on YouTube. Thank you so much for subscribing and following on. I really appreciate everyone following on this podcast channel with me, FxWB New Beginnings Podcast. And guess what, guys? Remember I said that something new is coming. So you see the logo. If you see that logo and you go on to your Apple Store, you should be able to download my app. It's finally here. My app, it was approved by Apple and it's on Apple. Just look for the logo FxWB, and you would find my app and you can join my app that way. Share with a friend so you are able to connect with the well being queens there. I would really love to have you guys on my app and join the community, ladies, because it's all for you. We learn a lot of different things. You can learn different tips on nutrition, you can learn a lot of different tips on workouts, as well as building your mindset. One of the biggest things I have added in my app is that of an upliftment area. Each week, there are numerous different quotes or videos to share to help us reconnect, change our mindset, and keep a positive mindset to moving forward each week. Yes, I am so happy it's open out in Apple. We're still waiting on Google. Apparently, Google always takes its cool time in doing everything, but God's willing, it will be on Google and all Android phones can download the app. Just look for, as you see on the screen there, FxWB. Just look for that, and you are going to be in. Yay. And I really enjoyed creating this app. It took some time, and it's still a work in progress. But guess what? It's all about us ladies, us middle aged ladies, wanting to reclaim our fountain of youth through building our mindset, functional movement, and functional nutrition, all the while sharing our stories through this podcast, FxWB New Beginnings Podcast. We can help enhance our well-being in different ways, not just only in health, but also we can enhance our well-being by finding or cultivating our purpose. We can do so through relationship building, building a community, and learning from our community. Also, we can look at enhancing our environment in which we live. All of this, including not forgetting levels of security. And security is twofold for me. Security in knowing how we can manage our finances, as well as how we can tune in or tap in to a higher power to get that which we need, which is stability in our lives to achieve any goal that we have. So, join our app, ask me any question on there. Guess what? There is a community board. So on that message board, you could direct message me. You could message any of the members on there. We as a community want to help each other. That's what I'm trying to build, a community of ladies helping each other, building up each other so that we can gain the recognition of reclaiming ourselves as youthful ladies in the society. So thank you so much. I really appreciate you downloading the app. Now, if you notice, one of the things that I keep reminding us is that of staying healthy. A healthy lifestyle is something that allows us to live and secure a legacy for our family. Because if we are healthy, our kids will see that we are doing things to keep ourselves healthy. They might want to follow suit. Yes? Yes. They too may want to follow suit and do that which we are doing. That is staying healthy. So, how do we do that? We want to do that through different avenues. I am going to continue purporting you must enhance your well being through health. Health is not just about only eating, but it's also learning how can we as a people help ourselves de-stress, because stress is a big factor in our lives that changes a lot of things, hormonal, as well as even by just what we eat. Because if we're stressed, we might end up wanting to eat comfort foods, right? We are trying to avoid that. We are trying to understand that whatever we eat has a part to play in how we respond to things, respond to stress, for instance, how we respond to migraines or bloating or even irritability in the bowels or acid reflux. How we understand what's going on in there helps us to be able to heal in there. That is our digestive system, so that we can stay healthy, and therefore all the full body systems stay healthy. So our kidneys, our heart, our skin, our lungs, liver, we want all our organs working for us all the time so that we could be here for our families and show our families that this is the way to go. This is the way we want to live to sustain a healthy life. So thank you so much for always listening in. Um, as I said in our podcast, FxWB New Beginnings Podcast, we share a lot of different assets to well-being. For instance, learning about mental health, or even relationship building, marriage relationship, or community relationship, even cultivating. So we used to say finding our purpose, but it's not just about finding our purpose, it's more so cultivating our purpose, because our purpose changes as we grow older, just like our life changes as we grow older. When we were younger, we could have eaten anything we wanted, right? And get away with it. We could work long 14, 15, 16-hour days and just get up and go, or party all night long and then go to work. I don't think we could do that when we reach, if you're doing that, you real good. I don't think we could do that in our middle age life, right? So if it is, you feel that there needs to be a change, guess what? You can do it. Let us reclaim our fountain of youth through functional movement, nutrition, and changing our mindset. So if you have any questions for me, you go right ahead and ask those questions. I am right here waiting for them. But more so, I want to share a little bit now. Remember our affirmation. Now, this affirmation is something that it's near and dear to me. Let me take off this music. All right. Yep. This affirmation is near and dear to me. And I really think it speaks a lot to what we need to do when we are living daily. All right. So let's see. Campaign. We are going to look at our affirmation. I am just holding on for Miss Thatch. She had a meeting, but she will be here shortly, okay? But I just wanted to, if you have any questions, do drop a question or two. Let's see. Thank you so much, Victoria. I am going to put here start a question and answer. Anything in particular with respect to the Healthy Gut series that you want to know, let us talk about it. Yeah, we can share more information on this for you. So that was a little bit about me as well. If you want to know a little bit more about me, definitely ask a question. I don't mind sharing. One of the things that I would like to share is that being an athlete, it has helped me to focus on nutrition and movement all throughout the process of building and reshaping my body. And that is something we all want to do. If we're feeling sick, if we're feeling like there is something wrong with us and we're not feeling healthy or we're not feeling comfortable in our own skin, if we don't take the time out to find out what's going on in there, we are going to have a problem with gaining access to the goals that we want to attain. So think of whenever you had something that you were really interested in getting done. Think of that one time, some ladies, if you were getting married, if you remember, 6 months before, a year before you get married, you were like, okay, I need to do this. I want to make sure I have 15 pounds off, or I want to look the best or fit in this particular dress. And sometimes you go and buy the dress 6 months before and you don't know if you can fit in the dress. And then you go and you do you fasting, or you end up doing a yo-yo diet, or you just completely stop eating carbs, and then you lose a few pounds. But when you lose this few pounds and after the wedding and you go on the honeymoon and you eat everything in the honeymoon, what happens then? Yes. Yeah, after in the honeymoon stage, you finish the honeymoon and you're back home and you're not too sure, oh my gosh, I feel terrible. Or you put back on double the amount of pounds that you lost. That's not fair, right? And you'll be like, all this hard work and I haven't lost anything, or all this hard work and I'm back up or double the weight that I had before. Guess what? That only happens if we're not consistent with what we're doing. If we're not consistent with our workouts, if we're not consistent with the things we eat, and then as life changes, as life cycles changes, we're not sure, okay, how our body responds to certain foods. So say, for example, drinking alcohol, for instance. Some people might say, okay, I don't drink much alcohol, probably just on a Friday afternoon, I'm drinking alcohol. That's no biggie. I'll be all right. But when you was doing that in your 20s, it hits different when you're in your 30s or even in your 40s, even so in your 50s. So what we consume has an effect on our bodies. Sometimes it may not show up right there and then. But as we get older, we're like, oh my gosh, my wrist hurts. I can't walk up a hill anymore without doubling over or breathing hard. Or I can't sit that low. I need a higher stool because it's the seat is too low. And I can't sit that low. I can't get up from that low seat, or I can't run with my kids. They have too much energy. They have energy to burn, as we would say back home. When we do things like that, we are wondering, oh boy, how are we going to be able to change this? How are we going to be able to help ourselves stay healthy, stay active, and be there one-on-one with our kids? That is what a healthy gut, that's how healthy gut comes into play. You probably didn't think of that, right? But yes, according to what we consume, it affects our gut lining. And when these things affect our gut lining, we are internally damaging ourselves. And once that happens, one of the major things that breaks down is our immune system. That's a huge component. If our immune system is damaged, we or have a weakened immune system, we can affect many other things in our system. And if we have external factors that influence us, so for example, stress, chronic stress, if we have these external factors affecting us, we are going to have a problem. So today we're going to wrap up what we talked about. And we have, yay, Miss Glynnis Thatch. She is on board. Hi, my dear.
Hello.
How are you today?
Wonderful. Thank you. How are you?
Yay, I'm doing good. Trying to center this thing. Okay, I think that will work.
Yay.
Yes. Yes. So welcome, Glynnis, to the live stream. We are here. I'm going to put us on Instagram at some point. But tell us, let's share a little bit about you before we get into talking about gut health.
Okay, awesome. Well, again, thank you so much for having me tonight. My name
Yes.
is Glynnis Thatch. I am from Fishers, Indiana. I have been a nurse. I'll put it this way. I have a bachelor's degree in nursing and a master's degree of science in primary care of the family. So I've been a registered nurse for over 30 years and a nurse practitioner for 17 years. And I've done primary care of the family my entire time as a nurse practitioner. Most recently, within the last year, I have focus my scope of treatment plans and studies in the functional medicine space. And I basically do that because I really like to dig deeper and really find out what's going on.
Yeah.
So I have some family members who have had illnesses, and I wanted to be able to provide for them more than just a pill for every ill.
Yes.
And so I just said, if not me, who? So I thought, you know what? Let's get in there and let's dig in, let's dig deep and really try to help people understand what's really going on.
Yes. And that is also my sentiments. Myself also have had family members having issues arising. One of them, my mom, she probably would kill me saying that, but that's all right. She knows how I feel about what was going on with her, and I am definitely, it affected me so much so that it allowed me to dive even deeper into the field of functional medicine
Mhm.
and understanding how you can derive or understand what is a root cause to an issue that is occurring, that you can then be able to help this person enhance their health through attacking or pinpointing that root cause with the use of functional nutrition. So, why we call it functional? Because it is supposed to be able to work to help heal the person. So that is what functional nutrition and functional medicine is all about. And we want you to be able to trust us to share this information with you because this is all about helping you stay healthy as well. So I'm finally brought up my affirmation. I don't want to try to repeat it or memorize it and say the wrong thing. So our affirmation this afternoon and for the whole month of July has been I am willing to trust myself. I am willing to trust life. I am willing to trust the goodness of others. And this affirmation is from Miss Iana Vincent. And it just reminds me so much so that I of myself have to trust myself, to trust others, and trust in having a better lifestyle for myself. Thus, getting into functional nutrition and functional medicine. I am glad that you're here. Those who join us, if you can tell us where you're coming in from, where you're listening from, that will be great. Thank you so much for sharing that information as well. And welcome to Functional Wellbeing New Beginnings Podcast with Michelle, and today with Miss Glynnis. Yes. All right. So we started off the month talking about, in general, Miss Glynnis' passion. And as you realize, we both have the same passion, helping others. That's the underlying root for us. It is helping others. And we are very much inclined to wanting to do so in different ways. More so at this point, we are sharing information about healing your gut. And we talked about the gut. But before we even got there, we spoke about what the digestive system is about, because the gut is part of the digestive system. So we always hear the talk about leaky gut, and then some people say, but I have acid reflux or something wrong with my esophagus, and they're like, that's not part of your gut. And hey, we are looking at the digestive system, and we want to understand that the digestive system, once there is any form of malfunctioning going on in there, we can have an issue of a leaky gut syndrome. All right. And we said that the digestive system starts from where? Anybody remember?
You guys remember? You remember. It's so simple. You wouldn't even probably think of it. Like
I know. And we're using it right now.
Right. Yeah.
Yes. So yes, we are using our mouths. The digestive system starts from your mouth. And we want you to remember the key thing you want to remember when it comes to the digestive system. If you want it to stay healthy, start with chewing your foods the right way. So when you consume it, somebody say don't cut and swallow. We just say don't cut and swallow. Some people say they inhale the food.
That is so true. And it just seems so basic, but it's so true. And really give yourself time to focus on what you're doing when you are eating. Don't multitask. Don't stand up and eat. Don't try to do the dishes while you eat.
Yes. And guess what? We both are. I know I do it. I multitask a lot. I drive and eat. Okay.
Yeah. And we know we shouldn't, but
we shouldn't.
But we know that's something that a lot of people don't even know could be a problem.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. And we also touched on the fact that whether it's a toddler versus a senior, they have shortcomings in being able to chew food. First, to begin, we said we don't want no 6-month-old eating chicken, okay? We said that. I know the older ones probably thinking, what's wrong with you? But no, honestly, we don't want the babies trying to eat chicken or eat any food that needs to be chewed upon to be able to get the nutrients from it and to get it to be able to go down their digestive system in the first place. We want to make sure, and the truth holds for the senior. Sometimes if seniors don't have dentures in their mouth, they can't chew the food and they can choke on the food, right? And we don't want that to happen either. So chewing is a major part, it's one of the mechanical ways of getting the food broken down in our system. If we could get that food broken down, it goes down in a bolus, which is the bolus comes about with a chemical. And that chemical is a saliva. If our saliva glands are not working properly, then we have a problem. So you see how we're connecting everything? If we don't have the right amount of saliva and we didn't chew the food enough and it just swallow, we could cause a problem. We could choke, right?
You could choke for sure.
Yes.
And a lot of times even people get indigestion. They
Mhm.
get you know how you say sometimes you just feel like it's stuck right there? It's
Yes.
just stuck. It's just stuck right there. And a lot of times even that can cause people to have so much discomfort in there that they think they're having a heart attack. They're having
Right.
such bad pain there. But they may have thought they chewed their food good, but they really did not. They may have
Cut
been
and swallow.
aggressive, may have been talking, you
Yeah.
know, it's such an important part of starting off with your healthy gut digestion.
Yes. And once the food goes down, we want to make sure that, so some people want to drink water while eating. No, chew the food. Chew the food first. I would say it again, chew the food. Don't drink water or juice with it. You want to chew the food. Then you'll say, but what about the seniors? Guess what? If you give seniors food, normally the type of food that they should eat helps. So if you give them soups or mashed potatoes or things like that, once the food is, they will be able to chew that food, and they may not have to chew it as much, you know, as
Right,
if you eat a
right.
burger. Remember, we talk about the burger process.
Yeah.
So we want to make sure that we're chewing our foods. You notice we emphasizing that, right? Chew the food.
Yeah,
All right.
really do. Really
And
do. Take your time. Take your time.
yeah,
It's really important, and it's going to make you feel better in the long run.
yes, yes. And we want to make sure that, okay, let me put this live on. I forget about them. Long time. My live
Instagram.
on Instagram, yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, but
So
yeah. And then we also talked about, if you have any questions on that, definitely ask us some more if you have any more questions on that. But we want you to remember that chewing the food is just that. It helps with the process of getting your food and nutrition down. Okay. We went down to the stomach. We know what goes on in there, the hydrochloric acid. We want to make sure that we have enough acid in there so that now the food is broken down even more. We get down to the small intestines, we get down to the large intestines, and then the anus. So they all have a part to play in making sure that our foods are broken down and we can get the nutrients from the food. But if we have a problem with the lining of our digestive system, we are not going to get the nutrients that is required or the nutrients from the food that we eat. So we might decide that, oh, I'm eating healthy, but if we're not chewing the food correctly, or if we have if we don't have enough saliva to mash the food up, or if we have excess acid in the esophagus area, that is also a problem, or less acid in the stomach area. See, so we're going down the line. If the liver is not working, so that's a detoxifying organ, and if it can't detoxify anymore, toxins going back into the body. And then we have the small intestines that going on there, that backing up. So we're creating holes in the microbiome of the gut lining.
Mm-hmm.
So when that happens, Sometimes we have constipation because now the food you didn't mash it up with chemical nor mechanically. You're not going down right. So then we have even more problems. And that's where we have now, okay, the IBS, the bloating, the upset stomach, the acid reflux. But that's just talking about the lining and talking about the digestive system. But guess what other places are actually disrupted? Brain health, immune system,
Your skin.
your skin. Yes.
You get, that's just a big thing. I mean, it can come if your gut is not healthy, you guys, everything starts in the gut. Every disease process that you have will start in your gut. So it will manifest by the things that you're putting in your mouth and what you are eating and things like that. It will definitely affect, it can affect your skin. It can affect the way that you're breathing. It can affect your metabolic rate.
Yes.
Like she said, it can cause you to have belly fat and bloating, brain fog. So it all starts in the gut. And when we were just mentioning about the stomach acids, that's where, like, that's when you hear people talking about leaky gut. Leaky gut is where that insides is really, the inside of your lining of your stomach is really not being properly maintained. The mitochondria has been disrupted, and it's really important to make sure that you're healing it. And when Michelle was talking about constipation, listen, you may not think you're constipated because you might have a little bowel movement every day, or you may not think you're constipated because you have one every other day, but that's how toxins build up. Toxins are just building up in your intestines when you're not going properly. And it's just a really important thing to know, like, you gotta go. Okay. And you may not always have to use some type of a supplement, such as, like a Miralax or a laxative. May not need to use that if you will learn from us which types of foods to eat and start learning how to do that proper digestion.
Let's
get those toxins out.
Right. And we want to do that. And Ms. Glynnis touched on the main factor where we looked at in the third week of the leaky gut. The gut area in which we're talking about in the digestive system is your small intestines. If your small intestines, so the food is coming out from your stomach. Your stomach break it down with the acids, yes, but that's not where most of the problem stems. The problem actually stems in that small intestine area. And if your liver not working properly, which is connected, we have a problem.
Yes.
If you're not having enough bile coming out, we have a problem. So because in that area of your body, that's where proteins, fats, and carbs, all three of them, macronutrients, are being broken completely down. So the carbs start breaking down from your mouth. But when you reach down in that area, that's where everything's supposed to be broken up and get to be able to draw from the foods, the nutrients, to go into and through your bloodstream. But remember, if you do remember from listening in before, I talk about that strainer. If the strainer has holes in it that's bigger than what it's supposed to be, then bad things are coming out, not the nutrients. So if your body cannot be able to deal with those things, then you're going to have a problem. You are going to definitely have a problem. So we want you to understand that it's not just, oh, I'm eating healthy food. That's not the only thing. You have to eat healthy foods, but you also need to make sure that the foods that you're eating are for you.
Right?
Is it healthy enough for you? My statement is always, all healthy foods are not healthy foods for you.
Right.
because you have to figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's so
And
true.
yeah.
We're all individuals. And once you identify the things
Mm-hmm.
that do best for you and the things that
Yes.
do not do well for you, then identifying those and coming to that realization. I once had a client tell me it's not sustainable for her to try to eat healthy. It's not sustainable to always try to do, those right things. But what's really not sustainable is continually to have problems, continually to having
Yes.
the belly fat, continuing to have the indigestion, um, continuing to be constipated. So
Right.
one thing is that as a client and all of us, we have to decide what we really want. Do we really want to have that gut health and really feel good? Or do we want to self-medicate with foods that
Right.
we know aren't feeling great to us, but we want to continue to use them anyway? And that has
Right.
to come
And
down to
that's
a
an
decision that you have to make on your own.
yeah, I am very much sometimes we have to remember that we are individuals, as you said. And
Mhm.
sometimes we have to remember that other than that we are individuals, our whole body is connected.
Mhm.
And our life changes daily. So what might be working for you when you was in your 20s, ladies, gents, it mightn't work for you when you're in your 40s or your 50s, even your 30s. Because I've realized that when we look at nutrients, certain foods we cannot consume. At least for me, over my lifespan, I know that there are certain foods that I cannot consume. And guess what? When we have other things happening, like the medical issues coming upon us, and we don't know, oh my gosh, all of a sudden I'm Hashimoto's, or I'm diagnosed with um, endometriosis, or these things actually were there all the time. It's just that you didn't have a name for it. You just was feeling crappy. And you're not sure what's going on with the food that you're eating, and you're like,
Mhm.
and you're thinking, oh, I'm eating healthy, why isn't it not working? That's
Yeah.
because if we're not eating the right foods for ourselves at that time of our lives, it may have an issue. And that's where we come into play. That's why we are sharing this information, so that you can know that everything is a stage, but
Everything.
you have to learn what your history is about, because to understand your root cause of a problem is not just one thing. There are many things that may have been a component added to creating the problem in the first place.
Yeah.
And most guys, they are the ones who might get away with it for a long time, and then all of a sudden they're diabetic when they
Mm.
reach 50 or 60, and they never were diabetic, and they were drinking all the alcohol in the world. They're going to all the parties and the drinking. They're like, but I eat healthy and I still work out. But that alcohol consumption bothers us.
Yeah.
It's a sugar. If we're
Mhm.
doing too much sugars, that's a whole different topic. We could have a whole series
Oh
on
my
sugar
gosh. And then how it affects the liver.
and
Oh
how
my
it
goodness.
affects
Yeah, we could definitely
everything.
do another whole podcast on the effect
Oh yeah.
of alcohol. And in terms of even like some people don't even realize in terms of weight gain and belly. Okay, so we heard about belly fat.
Mm-hmm.
You've heard the term beer belly.
Bare belly, yes,
Yeah, and
yes.
that's exactly why, so there's a lot of components that go into it. But if you really want to have a healthy gut, then might want to consider starting to practice some of the things that Michelle and I teach, because it's a decision and it's a choice. But
Yes.
like
Yes.
Michelle said, you can't just say I eat healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I eat salads every day.
Right. A
because
matter of fact, you're
it
probably
may
creating more holes when you're eating the salad every day in the
it may
first
not
place.
be the thing for you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so Whole Foods is definitely the way to go, but you have
Yes.
to there's so many different avenues. That's why you need a
Yes.
professional like one of us to help guide you on, which
Yes.
things that is really gonna help you. And we both do individual client intakes so that we
Yes.
can like help you specifically with
Mhm.
what is going to work best for you.
Yeah, because we shared also in the last podcast this week, Tuesday, we shared 6 tips. I started off with 5, but we ended up with 6 tips to help you understand what are some of the things you can use to help heal your gut. But
Mm-hmm.
again, there is always that added note that we must take into consideration. What's going on with you, you need to know. So
Yeah.
some of the things we shared, for example, is fiber, eating both insoluble and soluble fiber. But then somebody will say, but I don't like broccoli and it rides my stomach when I eat it, because that's probably not for you. And then you want to eat it raw with ranch. No, it doesn't work that way. You might have to steam it, cook it to be able to eat it, along with more other types of stemmed vegetables. You may have to eat not the stem, not the, you have to take the leaf off and eat it.
I love that, Michelle, because I love that because a lot of people don't even realize that just go ahead and take the leaf off, even though the way that they sell it in the store,
Yes.
they leave the leaf, they leave the stem on,
Mm-hmm.
but the stem, you don't need that. You really want that leaf, and that stem
Yes.
can actually it can cause harm to the
Yes.
gut. Isn't that correct?
It breaks up the gut microbiome as well. That's one of the
Mm-hmm.
main things that might do it to you.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
but we just saying that you can still eat it, but steam it. So, for example, behind
Yeah.
me you see like the cabbage. You'll tell me, Michelle, I can't take out the stem from the cabbage. I'm like, duh, I know. Make a soup.
Right. Make a
You know,
soup. It's
make a
just going to
soup.
be just as delicious,
Right.
It's
And you
just as
still
delicious.
getting the nutrients from it. All
Yeah.
right.
Right.
Oh, the other thing we looked at, so we also looked at together drinking water, so staying
Mhm.
hydrated,
Mhm.
and looking at the balance of your hydrochloric acid in your stomach.
Wow.
They go hand in hand, because if
Mhm.
you do not have enough water in your system, your hydrochloric acid might be too acidic. And guess what? You're gonna get that acid reflux that you was talking about, that you get this heartburn, and then they want to give you Tums. Tums not helping you. I'm sorry. Tums is going to
Yeah.
encourage more problems for you.
So the thing is that our stomachs ought to naturally have acid, but we just want
Yes.
to make sure that we are not introducing more acids and that we're not causing that to disrupt because we need that
Yes.
acid in there to help with
Yes.
that microbiome. But we get we with our digestion, we sometimes will mess it up with the certain
Yes.
foods that we eat.
With the foods we eat. Yes. So
Mhm.
if we're eating too much acidic foods, then we're going to have a problem. So Ingrid asks, how much water should we be drinking daily? That depends. Yeah.
Yeah, I like to say that would be based on your weight. So,
Yes.
whatever your weight is, the recommendation currently is how they used to say, everybody across the board, 64 ounces, 8 glasses of
Right.
water. But that's not really accurate because, like
No.
Michelle said, we're all different.
Mm-hmm.
So, I have learned that it's whatever your weight is, it's half
Yes.
your body weight in ounces.
Half your body weight in
And
ounces. Okay.
really, if you want it to really be a good, what do we say? Some form of alkaline to that
Yes.
water will really benefit that acidic nature that you are experiencing and will help to decrease that. You'll find that
Yes.
the water goes down a whole lot smoother.
Yes. And we also said that if your activity levels, if your physical activity levels are demanding, if you're outside in the heat, you know, you should drink
Yeah.
more.
Even
Don't
more
say, well,
than that.
to this
Yes.
amount, you may need more. Because if you ever feeling thirsty, that means you've already been dehydrated.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't want to come to the point of feeling thirsty. You want to make sure that you're having adequate amount of water in your system. And that too helps with balancing your pH in your whole digestive system. So if you're having acid reflux and you're not drinking enough water, maybe if you drink more water, you're going to reduce the acidity levels in your esophagus area, and the acidity will just stay in your stomach where you want it to be the most acidic to break down the
Right.
foods.
It's so
Right?
it's so great to neutralize that. So you
Oh,
don't
yeah.
feel that, that acid.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you
Right.
for that
And then,
question, Ingrid.
yes, thank you, Ingrid, for asking that question. And we also looked at, okay, this one, these two, the fourth and fifth one were probiotics and digestive enzymes. We need probiotics. Those are the good fighters. We need them to help our stomach, especially our gut area, to work properly, to balance off the toxins, the bad bacteria, get rid of it, fight them off, so that you can have the right to get the nutrients from the food that you just intake and just broke down in your system. You want probiotics to help you. So we have many different probiotics. A lot of people will first turn to yogurt. We're suggesting let's stay away from, if you have a flare up, you need to stay away from that, because most of the times the yogurt you will go to is milk based, and you want to stay away from milk because that is acidic. And there is some level of gluten, and then there's sugar in there. So we're trying to reduce any of those factors. Those are called non-negotiables. We want to get rid of the non-negotiables so that you can heal and calm down that digestive system. So I would suggest a plant-based yogurt. Some people do not like the taste of that, but you know what?
It takes some getting used to. I'm not gonna lie, but
yeah,
it's
I put cinnamon in it.
it's so worth it.
It is.
It is
It
just
is.
so worth it, and you will start to get used to it.
Correct. And the digestive enzymes, a lot of people say they can't find that. How do you get that? Where you find that, in which foods? One of the main foods we have is pineapple. Pineapple has the main digestive enzyme that you want. I call it bromelain. I think I'm saying the right word. It's part of a digestive. It is a digestive enzyme that helps break down the foods, right? And you want to be able to make sure that if you could break down the foods and get the nutrients from, you would be able to have a healthy gut. You would be able to digest the food and help keep your gut in a healthy state. Now, we do suggest with digestive enzymes, some people, the amylase and the lipase, we want to make sure that you're getting these. You can get these through doing supplements, because most of the times we're not eating enough foods that can help us with the digestive enzyme. What you need to do is make sure that you are taking a supplement that you can get the nutrients from. Okay, so don't just go buy any old nutrients. You want to make sure that you're getting a good supplement in there to help with digestion. I've known clients who have been using digestive enzymes to help them. And my seniors, I have senior clients, they use it, and it helps a whole lot for them when it comes to digesting the foods that they consume. And again, we're looking at whatever we're eating, we need to chew it first. I went right back up there. You gotta chew your food first. If you're not chewing it, then you're giving your rest of your digestive system a hard time to break it down so that you can get the nutrients from it. The
Yeah.
last one we added was, guess what? Fats, healthy fats. And we talked about
Mm.
salmon, the fishes, the olive oil.
Ah,
Getting healthy fats in helps coat and really help heal that
I
digestive
love
system.
avocado.
Oh, yes.
It's become my most favorite breakfast, lunch, and dinner item.
Yes. Yes.
I
Do I
mean,
have,
it's
I
so
think I have an
delicious.
avocado behind me here. Yep. It's
You have
on
an
that
avocado? Yeah,
side.
I love
Yep. There he is.
avocado. And you know, even olive oil.
Oh,
If
yes.
listen, I have learned if I just spritz a little bit of fresh lemon juice and
Uh-huh.
like a maybe a tablespoon of olive oil on my
Mm-hmm.
salad, that is
Mm-hmm.
enough. I don't,
Yeah.
it makes it doesn't cover the flavor of the, like it's not soaked in dressing. And
Right.
what I really love, because we are talking about whole foods, is you've got two whole foods there. A
Right.
lemon that is a
Mm-hmm.
lemon, okay? It has
Yes.
one
Yep.
ingredient, it is a lemon,
Oh,
and
lemon
olive
is
oil,
very good. Yes.
extra virgin olive oil. And you think about doing that, you're getting your healthy fat, you're getting your citrus, and you're
Yes.
putting that on
All
your
together.
salad instead
Yes.
of your salad
A
dressing that you
vinaigrette
can buy out of the
in the store.
store. If you read the
Yes.
ingredient list, you know.
It's not natural.
No, there's so
No.
many things on there you can't either pronounce or
Right.
I have no idea what they are. So that's going down your digestive tract.
And we don't
Mm,
want that. No.
mm-mm.
And one thing I want to add there, when you're using olive oil, try not to cook it. It's actually
Mm,
best not cooked. Okay.
yes.
When you're using olive oil, you want to try to use it not cooked. So in your salads, or when the best oil you can use to cook is actually avocado oil, because they have a
Mm.
high burning point, as well as coconut oil. That
Oh
also
yeah.
has a very high cooking point. So you
I
want to
love
be
coconut
able
oil too.
to use those to cook. But the olive oil, the sesame seed oil, you could use it, sprinkle it on your foods as is. So Ingrid, you asked about acidophilus. Um, so there are two things about that. We have to look at the side effects of them, and if you take in that, again, it's you're an individual. You can have possible side effects of bloating, gas, constipation, increased thirst, so you feel thirsty, and you want to try to, again, I like to stay on the natural side of things. Be mindful, see what are your symptoms, what are your issues, before taking other supplements. All right. And that was the tips. That was everything that we discussed, guys. What I
Ah,
want you to know is, we want you to understand that we talked about the gut. The gut affects everything else, all of our systems. So not only should we eat the right things, some of the things that we can do to help cope with this situation is our mindset.
mm-hmm.
Learning how to cope with stress, learning how to deal with issues of migraines, or deal with things happening to us, our environment that we're in. If we could understand what's going on outside of us, how it affects internally, it helps a lot for us to figure out what we should be eating.
Yeah.
In addition to your genetics, you want to know okay, your past, your family past, how that affects you, how it affects you now, how it may affect you, and a combination of many other factors can be a, all encompassing of who you are as an individual. So we want you to understand that we are here to help you. And if you have any questions at all with regards to getting help to understand how foods affect you, myself or Glynnis here are willing and able to help you. One of the things, for instance, Glynnis has bi-weekly or at least twice a month, she's going to come online on her Facebook, have a Facebook event on her page, and talk a little bit about that for me, Gladys.
Yeah, so every other week you'll see it on the event page of Facebook, and it is called Brain Fog, Belly Fat, and Fatigue. And it's just something where I discuss the causes, not only the causes of each one of those things, but also some solutions. And I
Ah,
think that it's so important because um if I can tell you that I don't know a woman walking around today, you can just drive down the street and see belly fat everywhere.
yeah.
Hello, I can look in the mirror and see belly fat. So, but I am telling
Right.
you, it is something that all of us women are dealing with right now. And my webinars are specifically for high achieving women who are ready and willing and want to take that next step, that quantum leap to make
Yes.
to get that health that they really want, to restore their health, to get that youthful vitality back. And
Yeah.
like because Michelle said everything starts in the gut, that's why I wanted to that's why mine is about brain fog, belly fat, and fatigue, because you have to learn what's going on in your gut and how it's affecting your brain, like she mentioned earlier, and how it's affecting your energy.
Oh, yes.
So every other week, just go to the Facebook event page. It's a free webinar. I do ask that you register. And once you register each week, you will be given the Zoom link to join me. And if you decide that you like it, if you decide that you want to come to it, share it with a girlfriend. It's just like when you find something at the store, you see a good show and you want to share it with your girlfriend. Oh, girl, have you
Right.
seen the latest thing on Netflix? Well, do the same thing with the webinar. Oh, girl, let me go. Let's go talk. Let's go watch this about brain fog, belly fat, and fatigue. Let's get better together.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. I myself also, in the same vein, I want you to get better too. And today is actually my birthday eve. Tomorrow is my birthday. So I've been celebrating all month long, okay? And one of the things that I wanted to share with you is the opportunity to understand you can change what's happening by performing at least 90 days of functional nutrition for you.
Mm.
Why 90 days? Because it's all about trying to figure out what's right for you. What are the foods that you should be consuming now to help you in the future
Mhm.
and to help you even heal your gut right this time? Because if we heal the gut first, everything else falls into place. So
Yeah.
sometimes people might be like, I need to take this medication. I'm like, wait, stop. First, let's find out, have you been eating? No. Have you been eating more than 3 times a day? No. Okay. Most likely, if we're not eating the right foods, we are not going to feel the right way.
That's
We
right.
are going to have the migraines and the headaches and the skin rashes and the bloated stomach and that great lovely fat that likes to sit down on our stomachs, you know, and we don't want it. So for us to do that, let's work hand in hand, figure out what's the right foods for you, and move forward. In addition to which, I'm all into fitness, as I mentioned before. So
Yeah.
you're going to have in your action plan movement. We must change our movement patterns. If we
Yes.
haven't been, we need to do it too. In addition to which, mindset. So
Mm.
I want you to understand everything is not just one component. It's not just
Yeah.
one compartment. It's holistic. You have to see yourself as a holistic being and be able to help yourself through the foods you eat. So we are so happy that you came on here and you listen in. And those who listen in after the broadcast, thank you so much for following on. You can still put questions in the comments for us, and we will answer them for you. Functional Wellbeing New Beginnings Podcast. This is our first live, but we are
Woo!
happy. We're so happy to have this
We did
live.
it.
Yes, yes, and we are happy to share this platform with Miss Glynnis Thatch. And we both, as we said from the beginning, our passion is helping others. Hence the reason we came together to do this. We want to share our knowledge with you. If you know somebody that needs help, let them come by. We can help you for sure. All right. Share this live with any friend. You can share. I'm going to have this live saved in my YouTube channel, and you can share this with anyone because we all need it. We all need to know what are the right foods to eat, what are the things that we need to help. And to have a healthy gut, you need to have the right foods to consume for you as an individual. Yes?
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. So thank you again, Michelle, for
Yeah.
having me to join you on this podcast. I'm excited about what's coming up next. And you guys
Yes.
stay tuned, okay? Just stay tuned.
Yes. Stay tuned. We are going to come back together again and share more gems with you guys. And we do hope you share it with others so they too can learn about staying healthy.
That's right.
All right. All right. Let's see. Do you remember the affirmation?
I know.
Oh my gosh. I am willing to trust myself.
I am willing to trust myself.
I
I
am
am
willing
willing
to
to
trust
trust
others.
others.
I
I
am
am
willing to
willing to
trust my
trust
life.
my life. Oh, I missed that part.
Yes, it's those three. So you want to, and
Okay.
we want to, so those are the three: trust yourself, trust life, and trust others, so that we can have a community of like-minded, healthy women and men out there to help each other. So join us. And as I mentioned before, my app, if you have an Apple phone, you can go to the Apple store and you can download my new app. You can
Ooh.
see right on top there, it's my symbol, FxWB. You can download my app. Yay, it's finally out. I'm so happy it is. Of course, Google decided it's not time to do it yet. So we're still waiting on Google. But I am so proud to see that the Apple Store allowed for it to be up now. And I would love for all to just get on there and learn as much as you can.
Yes.
That's a platform for all ladies. And you have questions, you can ask on the community board, and we are here to help. So thank you again for listening in at
Thank you
Functional
all.
Wellbeing New Beginnings Podcast. Thank you, Glynnis, for being my co-host
You're
this
welcome.
evening.
And thank you for having me. It's been a
Yes.
pleasure.
Yes. Blessings to everyone out there. And we shall talk to you soon.
Bye,
Thank
everybody.
you. Bye and
Thanks.
have a pleasant night.